Hello, everyone. Welcome to Esoteric Ebb. When the ebbs are esoteric. How y'all doing? Oh, yeah, God. Having to adjust all of the, hang on, I'm about to get slapped in the face with a tail? No, he just left. Okay. Fucking cat hair everywhere in my house, and it's in my mouth. Yeah, setting up the resolutions and shit like that is always super annoying. Yeah. I hope you are all doing well on this Wednesday afternoon. The executive producer has been a goddamn terrorist all morning until about 10 minutes ago, where he got on my lap and decided that he wanted to be the biggest baby imaginable. But he was getting on top of doors and shit and screaming stuff he hasn't done since his goddamn kitten. Try to get caught up for today, but still have the last half of the stream to go. I think the back half of the stream was mostly us bullying young Republicans, and then we convinced them to join the clerics. We found them loitering in a grain mill and bullied them. We got Yote. Oh yeah, he's complaining about it being too hot. I'm in a very it's hot, but it's not like the hot as fuck that I know that my friends in the Midwest are suffering through right now. It's just kind of normal summer hot here. What's my phone say it is? It's just like 80. So I'm fine. But my heart goes out to all of you because I absolutely fucking hate the heat. So God willing that it passes soon for y'all. That sucks. I saw a thing where like Europe a few weeks ago was just on fire. Like Paris was reporting like 104 Fahrenheit temperatures and stuff like that. They had one of those heat maps and like the entire continental Europe was just purple. And it's just like, holy shit. Someone should do something about this. Anyway. But let's head over to the game cam. I checked the recap. It's still the same recap that we have. We haven't done that anything new, but we are trying to track down the owner of the inn, or not the inn, the tea shop that blew up. We spent a lot of time talking to the bartender, I think, at the beginning of last session. We slept. Or no, I think the bartender was the session before that. We spent a lot of time reading about the history of humans. We spoke with the big angel woman who's cool as shit. And then we tried to go track down the owner of the tea shop, Birdman, whose name I can't remember, in the more waterfront district. We pet at... What the hell? Hey. The stress cube? Sorry, I got distracted by the red square that I saw there. What the hell? But yeah, and then we found a bunch of young Republicans in here and we bullied them into joining the cleric cops, basically, to do something with their lives instead of crime and weird racial shit. I don't know what a stress cube is. Let's find out. So stress cube. The cogs keep spinning. Cube, slang for gelatinous cube. But you notice something. A shiny red thing stuck to the inner part of the top wheel. You approach the cog, and the sticky red thing stuck to it. Okay, again, we can grease. We're gonna grease. Within a moment of focus, a splash of magical grease appears all over the cogs. Within seconds, as it spreads throughout the system, the speed of it all ramps up. Whoa! Whole place is shaking. You really sped that shit up. I'm not sure for what reason, but I'm sure you have a plan here. Oh, good. We just made it harder for no reason. Of course we're gonna try. Uh-oh. You swipe in a hand and pull it back. Pull it back now. That doesn't seem to do anything. What? It's stuck. What? Yeah, this is bad. Scream, howl, shout. Your fingers! Your gods be damned fingers! Get pulled down. The pain blinds you, but you feel it. The fall. Hit the ground. Ah! Well, you're alive. Somehow. Get up. That was fucking awful. But it was so close. Your greed is sickening. Cleric, what the hell? Ugh. The goblin lets out an exasperated groan. Be more careful, okay? Next time? Come on, you gotta try again, don't you? Leave the giant cog alone. This must lead to the rest of the roller mill. A wooden door blocks your path. Feel the handle. Oh yeah, lock tight. He shut it. He shut it. All to keep his people at bay. An owner in fear of his labor. You're getting all that from looking at a locked door? That must lead to the back office. I haven't been in here before, but I think they closed down a while ago. Heard rumors from some goblins that worked here. I think the owner fired them all out of nowhere. Huh. If they closed it down, why is the mill spinning? Yeah, that's actually concerning now that I think about it. I'll ask around later. Nothing to worry about now, though. I mean, obviously, we're going to try to force the door. A hammer will surely help. Hey! You slam your shoulder against the wood. Once. Twice. The door frame splinters and gives way. The door swings open. You see nothing but black beyond. Complete, utter darkness. Can't see a damn thing in here. Cast dancing lights. Your light cuts through the gloom. The storage chamber reveals itself. Broken crates, scattered papers, a mess of abandoned equipment. Oh yeah, Pebble, if you've played Disco-Elysium, this is very heavily inspired by Disco-Elysium and definitely wears its inspiration on its sleeve. My inner monologue are my 6 attributes. We are a cleric. I'll show you our stat spread as soon as we're out of this dialogue. But we're dumb as fuck. And yeah, all of our internal think inside out, but then make all of the emotions stupid. Is a good other way to express that for sure. All of my attributes are dumb in my head and my internal monologue. It's they are my brain. I am 6 idiots in a cleric-shaped suit. So we have 6 inner monologues. You build the stats and you choose your starting thing. You're always a cleric, but you can kind of choose to be other things too. So depending on like what you lean into or not, but you build it just like a D&D character.
Broken crates, scattered papers, a mess of abandoned equipment.
Someone left in a hurry.
The tea shop blast reached even here. That blast, it shook everything.
Push forward. You wade through the debris.
This place has been abandoned for some time. Dust covers everything.
What a dump. Search for anything useful. You sift through papers and crates.
Most of it is worthless. Old receipts, inventory lists.
Pick up the document. A notice, official letterhead. Notice of termination, collective action violation.
You scan the text. All workers dismissed. Effective immediately.
Brutal.
That explains why this place is empty. The owner shut down rather than deal with organized labor.
Typical.
Classic move. Fire everyone and close up shop. Tale as old as time. Or at least as old as factory work. It's bourgeoisie bullshit all the way to the top. It's awful. He shakes his head. Ignore me. I'm getting tired. You continue deeper into the chamber. At the back, you find an office. The owner's private space. Check the desk. Approach the desk.
Old papers, ledgers, more termination notices.
And then, a drawer. Locked, but poorly. Force it open. The drawer slides open with a snap. Inside lies a smooth stone, one with several faces adorned on its sides.
It pulses faintly with esoteric energy. A magic item.
Esoteric.
Examine the stone. You pick it up carefully.
Dingles.
Ascending pebble.
Pebble! Ascending pebble! You're here! I thought you said you hadn't played this game. You're in it!
Useful tool. Very useful.
Pocket the stone. You slip the pebble into your pouch.
Time to leave. This place has given you all it can.
I'm not finding anything else here. Let's go. Exit the storage chamber. Where are they sending me? I don't know. Wherever I decide to go, I think. What a lovely delve. Sending pebble. The cost and spell slot requirement of sending has created many off-brand versions capable of short-distance messaging. During the Coast War, the Arcanist forces were often equipped with this so-called pebble, a stone capable of casting, sending, on any familiar target within a kilometer. You hold up the pebble. Please don't bother anyone with that, cleric. You think about who you could send a message to. There are a few targets you have in mind. So I can use this to send messages to people, right? You can. To anyone you want. Hail Z's! Got any cool riddles that fit into 30 words or less?
Are you sending me, cleric? I'm not sure how to feel about that.
But a riddle? Sure. How about this? Feed me, I live. Water me, I die. What am...
The message ends. What am?
And the answer is...
Yes.
You know it. Cats! Fire! Suddenly you hear Aziz's voice in your mind again.
Sorry, ran out there. Sending you now. The answer is fire, as I'm sure you figured out. I have to say, sending is not an ideal way to hand out...
Her sending ends.
You feel it. The roaring rage of a gynosphinx yelling out her frustrations at failing to keep it under the word limit.
You can now reply.
Yeah, I guessed fire.
Then...
It's really not ideal at all, but thanks. Your reply ends. Send a message. Yeah, fuck it. I'm just gonna bother everybody with my new phone. Send a message to Atir. Hey, Atir, what are you doing?
Cleric, please do not use this pebble to contact me at your leisure. I am attempting to work here.
The message ends. Send a message to Lady Sageleaf. Hi, Lady Sageleaf. I'm working on the tea shop. Just wanted to check in and let you know that everything's going good.
What in the fuck are you thinking? You dare send me a pebble message? You must be out of your damn mind, human.
The message ends.
Rough crowd.
Send a message to Rick Spider. Hey, any news? Cleric! Oh, it's you! How lovely to hear you sending a message here out of nowhere. Or is it a pebble? It seems more like a pebble, really. The message ends. No, I think none of my friends like me is really the problem. Send a message to Viskin. It's the cleric. It's the cleric. I'm just calling to let you know I've got a pebble of sending. Cool, huh?
Very cool.
The message ends.
You didn't disturb him now, did you?
Put the pebble back in your pouch. That was pointless. You approach the ladder once more.
A long way to climb.
That one was chill. He is a lich. He is an immortal lich. He is very chill, though. I like him quite a bit. I don't trust him, but I like him.
This time should be easier.
Climb the ladder again.
You take the first step onto the ladder, and then you are at the top of the ladder.
Let's go. I will return. Can I just... Oh, that didn't work. You swipe in a hand, and... Oh, nope, we're falling again. Uh-oh. Oh! Oh, it went way worse this time. Oh, no. Oh, no. Yeah, okay, we're not doing that. Yeah, we gotta, let's give ourselves a bit of a cure. Oh, right, I was gonna pull up our stats if I can. Yes, we're a level 3 cleric. We're incredibly strong. We're moderately dexterous. We're incredibly constitutional. We are so stupid. Our wisdom is there, as is our charisma. We are dumb as fuck, but strong and hard to die. Yeah, the local government turns a blind eye to the whole lich stuff because he just stays in his lane. He's all right. Anyway, I don't think I'm gonna get that cube. We're gonna go to the top of the ladder again, but I'm leaving the cube. I don't have the stats for the cube. I can't pickpocket. Oh. What's up here? Can I actually interact with it? No. Is there a point to being up here? I don't think so. So, the noise below is deafening. Let's just go. Oh, wait, we're level 3, which means... Oh, no, I need 3rd level spell slots. That's what I need to get Speak with Dead or something. Behold, Oyugi, Kargamishian vendor. Halfling Stormblood, entrepreneur. A skilled merchant, businesswoman, halfling entrepreneur. Man, you could learn a shit ton from someone like her. Her goods are procured from all over the coast. The journey itself, and of course, to herald the power of capital. She's damn good at it. Beneath the shadow of a gnarly statue sits a girl wrapped in colorful garments. Oh, I love her design. She looks so cool.
Girl? No. This is a woman.
She's wearing some sort of hat with an attached veil covering her face. On the ground around her, upon a fancy rug, you see a strange assortment of trinkets. Some of them have quite potent esoteric auras.
Magic items. You feel them rumble.
She tries to say something, but is clearly unable to, due to her heavy layers of insulation. Sorry? She lifts up a small arm from underneath the layers, ripping the hat mask from her face. I said, God, it's so cold here. You see how her skin has a faint blue tint. That, along with her small figure, makes it obvious to you. She's clearly having trouble breathing.
What? You must help her.
Holy hells, lady! Are you okay? Step forward to assist her. Barely! And step off the rug. Our old Filur here will have a word with you. She taps the statue behind her with an evil grin. Let me introduce us formally. This behind me is my guardian, Cruel Wing. Winged cruelty, flying evil, something like that. I call him Filur.
Him?
The one and only. As for me, I am Oyugi, the traveling wind. She who brings that which tingles around the coast from band to band.
Foreign music. Ugh.
My services are available to you if you have a coin.
I have coin.
Wonderful to hear. Though I'm still getting used to this, what do you call it here? Crown? Yes. Give me your crown and you shall have great treasures. No dungeoneering required. The goblin clears his throat and gives the halfling a bow. So you're the Kargamishian vendor that came by the other day. Oh, I am popular then. She gives the goblin a glare. You're affiliated with this dragon I hear about? Yeah. Everything work out with the application? It did. Send my regards to your queen. She's not a... Sure, I'll do that. Hey there, cleric. This is my security guard, the actual devil, and I'm new in town. This is my security guard, Satan from Bible.
Sure, I'll do that.
He gives you a nod and steps back.
What do you say, warrior? Make my time worth it here in the cold.
I'd like to browse your wares.
Great. What can I interest you in? For example,
She pulls out a yellowed scroll from her chest.
this here is a scroll of comprehend languages. Handy if you need to decipher some ancient texts or speak with a foreigner.
Honestly, comprehend languages seems like it would be really useful. I want that helmet, though. But I don't have the money for that helmet. Let's get comprehend languages and maybe we'll come back.
I need that scroll of comprehend languages.
I would assume so. It's such a great price. I apologize if the handwriting is a bit rough. I got it from a gnomish gentleman in Vorgny. A pixie-dusting fiend of a man.
That's all for now.
Okay.
So, you have a license to sell wares here.
Yes, I got it approved this forenoon. Not the best bureaucracy I've encountered around the coast, but certainly not the slowest.
Your companion gives you a quick thumbs up as you glance at him. She's cool.
What do you know about the tea shop?
She looks to her right.
It is not in great condition.
Okay. What about you, Snell? What do you think about the tea shop?
He looks to his left. Yeah, it's fucked. She lets out a snorting laugh.
I'm sorry. I do not believe that was translated correctly through my magic.
She explains and puts herself together.
Anyway, I do not know much as to why it became this way. I arrived in the afternoon on the day it happened, you see.
Glance at her statue.
So, that elemental can't cast fireball, then?
She makes a strange, playful oohing sound.
No, warrior. He can do much harm, but no fire.
Squint.
I could probably take him.
She gives you a wide smile.
No, you cannot.
Have you heard anything about it?
Just that it exploded. But people tend not to want to speak about it much, from what I've noticed. Almost like it's none of their concern. Or all of their concern.
What's it like back in your homeland?
Her eyes look down. Scoop, welcome in.
My home is not in great shape, I'm afraid. There is strong inequality among the planes touched. Great warlords rage across the borders to fell Tyre. The Gem Princess holds monopolies at every port. The deep cities remain, and
she stops herself from ranting.
It's a wonderful place with wonderful folk. But I wish it would be more like this place sometimes.
Ascan is full of conflict as well. It's the wild band, after all.
Cannot remember when your stream starts on Eastern Time. I keep leaving my phone in dumb places. Leaving your phone in dumb places. I think nothing has changed. Welcome in all the same. Happy to have you whenever you show up. Happy to have anyone whenever they show up.
True, but just like post-war Dimenor, as in reads, there is a great order being established. One even triumphing the esoteric forces at work around the coast. I hope it spreads further.
That's all I wanted to ask. There are more places to dumbly leave it there. Yeah, you're right.
Good, and good luck.
What are you voting in the election?
I heard there was an election ongoing. I am lucky to have arrived at such an exciting time.
So, what are you voting?
I only just arrived, warrior. Now, I have visited Norvik a few times before, but I do not believe that constitutes for me to receive voting rights, does it?
I think it should. Why not?
I can see a handful of reasons why a city should not hand out citizenship or voting rights to anyone who visits.
Name 3.
Okay.
She thinks about it for a second.
A foreign power could move in their own people and undermine the locals. It would be much easier for parties to fake the existence of entire people and fudge election results. And I suppose it could lower the value of citizenship from an emotional point of view, if nothing else.
Good points. You came up with those quick.
She giggles. I often debate such topics in my travels. It's fun. Now, if I did have voting rights, I'd vote for the Asgalists, I think. I admire the spirit of cooperation I've seen between human and dwarf. Sometimes I wish more people in my homeland shared the same values.
Mutter, agrarian.
Sorry?
I said agrarian!
Oh, my goodness. You're very emotional. You know that?
It is what it is.
I really like that helmet up there. Why is it hanging on your statue, friend?
Oh, that's just a warning. Last adventurer who tried to steal from me left it behind. You can buy it if you want. If you dare.
Why do you call me warrior?
That is what you are, is it not? Might be a bad translation. Do you prefer Dreamweaver? Or perhaps Holy Boy?
I want to be a holy boy.
No, it is way too wrong on my end. I will stick with warrior.
Tell me more about yourself. I want to be a holy boy.
Oh, you want a deep dive?
Give her a thumbs up.
Well, where to even begin? I've had many experiences on my travel. If it might lead you to purchase one of my items, I will share.
How difficult is it to turn a profit with a business like this?
Surprisingly, not very.
Holy boy!
I purchase where goods are cheap and sell them in places where they are less so. It works surprisingly well, as soon as I figured out the cheat.
Cheat?
My little secret is listening.
Oh.
I make sure to keep an ear out among travelers, merchants. Sailors, especially. They talk a lot when they get drunk. I met an Ascani native once in a port in Vorgone. I think it was Listan. Over the course of an evening, I showed him 10 magic items, and I priced each at an exorbitant level. Way more than I would ever dream of selling them for, since I'd gotten them for very little. He reacted like I was insane to each of them, except when I showed him a minor alchemy jug that could only produce cow's milk. And all of a sudden, he thought it was a great deal. I've made a fortune in my last few trips to Norvik through a dozen of these jugs alone.
The goblin can barely contain his laughter.
I love that story.
Do you come to Norvik often?
In the last year, a few times. It's been a very profitable route for me. But I will be going further soon, since, well, I've yet to get my circumnavigation blessing.
Explain.
Oh, you haven't heard of it? It's a blessing folk receive if they go around the coast, some type of powerful spell or blessing left from an earlier era. It doesn't really mean much, but people who do it are able to cast a cantrip naturally and at will afterwards.
She holds out her hand and creates a sparkling blue mist to appear above it.
I already know prestidigitation, of course, so it's entirely for the fun of it, a personal achievement, if you will. So we'll see when I get around to it. But I've heard how difficult it can be to pass Eam these days, so I'll be looking forward to the challenge. I've never been to Western Divinitorum either. Exciting!
How do you travel?
By ship, almost exclusively. Sometimes I serve as a boat mage, joining vessels with much broader shipments than my little trinkets. But I've traveled a lot with unaligned sailors as well. It's usually a bit more fun that way, albeit more dangerous.
Time to bail on the tea shop. Let's walk around the continent. Yeah, let's just fucking leave.
One time I joined the crew of more pirates. I swear I was this close to being a dinner sacrifice in the Nalfishni. A dinner sacrifice to the Nalfeshni in charge. But when I used a powerful wind transmutation to save the ship from sinking in a rough storm, all of a sudden I was the guest of honor. Wouldn't do it again, though. Demons make for the worst pirates. All chaos and no fun.
What's your view on the Clanland's trouble?
My view?
She looks around her shoulder.
Off the record?
Off the record.
In that case, I am entirely sympathetic. The Fordnip Commonwealth has been broken in half, thousands subjugated into a hostile foreign invading nation. My people fought for their independence for decades. What I see here is a repeat of Kargameshian history played out right now upon the Golden Line. We stand by our Askani cousins.
I too support Clanland independence. Our halfling neighbors must be helped.
Good to hear, warrior. Good to hear.
That's all for now. Thank you, merchant. Oh, I want that helmet. How much money do I have? 70. I need 300. I don't have enough money for chicken nuggets. Oh, who's this guy? Arn, kiosk kid. Human, earthfolk. Kid's working his ass off, getting that bread. He must be doing that optional weekend school. He'll go far in life with that attitude, but that fire under his ass must have been lit by something fierce. He's a jumpy fellow, a survivor, type of kid who's used to making it on his own.
Hello there, sir.
The kid behind the counter taps a pile of newspapers.
You a postie?
What the fuck did you just call me?
What? Do you read the... I'm asking...
You've scared the poor boy. The Post is a respectable magazine. A postie is a good nickname.
The
kid looks distraught.
Never mind. Welcome to the Pillar Kiosk. How can I help you today, sir?
He looks around.
Do you want to buy something?
Yes, I want to buy something, and also I have questions for you.
Questions? About what?
City questions.
Okay.
He looks down the road.
Not too much traffic lately, so sure. If my boss shows up, you gotta buy something now.
Can you just tell me the news? The boy stares at you.
So, here's the thing. We sell newspapers here. If I just tell you the news, we won't get any money.
We? Are you a partial owner in this business? Postie is not as good a nickname as Holy Boy.
No?
Only your boss loses on this exchange.
I suppose?
Let's fuck him together. You and me. Hold out your hand. Arn stares at your outstretched hand. He glances back and forth for a moment before a smile spreads on his face.
Yeah, fuck him!
Arn grabs your hand and shakes it.
You manipulated this kid like he was a pile of wet clay.
You've got some Asgalian spirit in you.
Well, hold on. I ain't green. The boy is scared of the egalitarian dream. I'm red to the bone.
Good, as all humans should be.
Do not be afraid. Asgal will return to us. Squeeze his hand.
So you wanted news, right? You scared him. Poor kid.
That's one way of doing it. Corrupting the youth. Corrupting the youth! The kid grabs a copy of the Post and starts reading.
Sad. Would have been much more fun if he'd grabbed news in Norvik. That one's mostly rumors and sensationalist bullshit. It's great.
Election week. 5 parties above exclusion limit. Polling shows the Nationalists ahead at 40%. The Freestriders and Asgilists being behind at 20 each. The Arcanists and Agrarians are holding out just above the limit at around 5% each.
These polls are mainly done in rich areas, you know. The human areas.
Can't always trust the polls.
The party of Norvik still won't comment on the missing paladin. This gone Skaldaman fella's been gone for months at this point, but here's the drama. He was last spotted heading down into the city below. Maybe he's stuck fighting undead or something. Or maybe he's dead. You know, after having fought some undead or whatever.
Perfect place for a paladin.
He stares at the bottom of the page. I can't just give away my product. In that case, want to hear about my cult? What news did you want to hear about? Whatever you want if you'll stop talking about your cult. He stares at the bottom of the page.
Apparently, the party of Norvik is going to hold the election without him on the official list of members. Lord Patriarch Akisam cannot be reached for comment, it says.
There's a non-zero chance that we are the paladin. Oh, shit. I didn't consider that. We do have very little... Well, no, because we have a name. We're Ragan. Though I guess only we have told ourselves that. There's a chance that we are the paladin. I could see that.
The Lord Patriarch Akisam cannot be reached for comment, it says.
Patriarch Akisam, the head of the state of Norvik and the leader of the party of Norvik. He's an old man and is not involved with the campaigning. He runs the city from the palace.
So Food Lord Trollmold will now be head of the list. And Corn Lord Darrow will go to number 2. I wonder how that will go. Too bad for Lord Gorm, unless he's found before the actual election day, of course. If you're heading down into the city below, you should look for him.
Yes, I should. I will find this legendary paladin.
Nice! Anyway,
he mutters and turns the page. But we're the cleric, not the paladin. You're so right. We got to keep our eyes on the prize. We are the cleric.
Asgilists rallies are all over the city. There's an op-ed about how the chant is being printed illegally and needs to be stopped.
We're the cleric now, but were we the paladin? Did we change our class? Are we multi-classing?
If anyone knows the location of the printers used in producing the chant, please inform your nearest Freestrider office immediately.
You don't sell the chant here, do you?
No, sir, no illegal papers here.
He turns the page.
The Agrarian Party has lost almost the entire working class vote. Over half the city guilds are giving official support to the green cause.
A shame. A shame. Oop.
Yeah, the Agrarian Party seems... Yeah, the Agrarian Party seems to be out of the race, more or less, along with the Arcane Circle and the Conservational Lobby.
The Arcane Circle, a tiny political party seeking a return to Arcanist rule and magocracy. They're treated as a joke, mostly, but there are a handful of wizards and noblemen who support it still.
So now it's a 3-way tie from what I can see. The latest poll shows 36% to the party of Norvik, 20% to the Revolutionary Freestriders Party, and 24% to the Asgard Workers' Party.
Agrarian?
Shake and shiver and so on. The kid starts flipping the rest of the pages.
Right, That's it, I guess, but... Interesting.
What?
No, I just realized there's no mention of the tea shop yet. I guess they're keeping it out of the news cycle.
Who is?
The city, I guess? That's all the news. You want more info, you gotta buy one.
Hear anything about assassins on Tolston? He shrugs.
Nothing comes to mind. I mean, there's always a bunch of weirdos running around the city below, you know?
What about iron masks? The kid stares at you.
Yeah, I've heard that before.
Tell me.
It's like only rumors, right? But there's this group of angry people in the city ranks. They wear iron masks, apparently, and they fight against corruption. You know, like dark vigilantes.
What are they mad about? Taxes?
No, it's more like anti-free strider stuff.
The not anti-Asgalism? He chuckles.
I don't think anybody thinks the dwarves are actually gonna win.
Sounds like a magazine story.
Yeah, it's unreal. But like I said, probably just rumors.
Or is it? Interesting. Thanks for telling me.
No problem.
What do you know about the tea shop?
Except that it exploded.
Stare at the boy.
I was here, you know. Saw it with my own 2 eyes.
Look over your shoulder towards the tea shop.
I heard it, too. Definitely heard it.
Walk me through it.
Okay, I set up the kiosk at dawn. By noon, the morning rush had calmed down. I remember the bike rack was full. Water lane workers mostly commute on the new bridge in Flotilla, but the halfway bridge does see a fair share of bikers every day and night. But by noon, it was pretty dead, which is great. Less work for me.
Go on.
I hid in the back, though it was, attack?
It was.
How loud was it?
Super loud. And shaky, too. I almost fell over.
What about the fire?
I felt the heat, even all the way over here. It was like...
The kid gestures a large sphere for you.
Really weird fire. Then...
He mutters, shrinking the size of his imagined sphere. Weird?
Gone in an instant.
Weird fire?
Yeah, it was like... Look, it's gonna sound really weird.
Lean in and say, I like weird.
It was blue. Only for a split second. When I looked again, the whole building was on fire, but it was normal-looking fire. So I might have just imagined it.
Did the fire speak to you? He stares at you.
Like, a conversation?
Yes, like right now.
No? I don't know what that would be like.
Did you see anyone suspicious? Yeah, blue is a hot fire. It also could be a magic fire. An esoteric fire.
Not really. Just the normal types. A goblin was arguing with a human by the temple. Just some mild shouting about some business thing. Otherwise, pretty dead around noon here, usually.
Anything else you noticed?
How
about the bird? The goblin chimes in.
Chime. Reflections of your esoteric insight.
Yeah, sure. I did see Mr. Drummer. He's the owner of the tea shop. Well, former tea shop. Usually the tea shop opens in the afternoon on workdays. So it's not weird to see him walking about all day. Chatty fella, buys a lot of newspapers.
Where was he going?
Dunno. Saw him leaving the tea shop right before noon.
Right before noon?
Yeah.
Right before the massive explosion occurred. The kid clicks his tongue.
Well, when you put it like that. Look, I don't know where Mr. Drummer is or where he went. Just saw him rushing down the stairs. Guess he headed for Water Lane like everyone does.
Did anyone else enter or leave the tea shop?
No, just Mr. Drummer.
He says, confidence in his voice.
It was a boring day, so I pretty much just people watched all morning. Mr. Drummer was the only one I saw leaving the tea shop all day. Well, until the explosion.
Did you see him enter?
He stops and thinks.
Actually, no. I never saw him enter that morning, so I guess he must have slept there, or entered before dawn.
And no one else entered all morning?
Not a soul. Usually not too many people there in the morning. Or forenoon, really.
Forenoon. That's a good word. I like that. People should say that more often. Feels very Norvikian.
Yeah? I saw it in that Asgard newspaper once. They like using dwarfish words like that. Though my brother doesn't want me reading those copper papers.
Keep reading Asgal content, kid. Don't listen to your brother. He's probably a fascist. The kid nods along. Anyway, about the tea shop owner.
Yeah?
Did Drummer act strange when he left?
Just in a...
Forenoon is a good word.
Just in a hurry, maybe? Saw him shuffle towards the stairs to the circle square, probably heading down Water Lane.
Why Water Lane?
It's the only place to go. Either that or the Goblin Garden. Or the city below. I don't think Mr. Drummer is the city below type of bird.
Are you sure you saw him?
Absolutely, no doubt.
He trails off, muttering to himself. Since we already use afternoon, it does make sense. Yeah. And it's very Norvikian.
He went downstairs to Pillar Crossing. That's all I saw.
He is trying his best to remember.
I've been going over it in my head. Pretty, shocking stuff.
He's just a kid. Shouldn't have to deal with such terrible things.
He's strong. You should take pride in that. What can you tell me about the owner of the tea shop?
Mr. Drummer's a customer. Seems nice enough for bird folk. I've heard he hangs out at the Sphinx a lot, and he's got connections with all sorts of folk.
All sorts of folk?
Politically. Asgals use the tea shop a lot. I've seen some buddies involved in that scene.
That's all about the tea shop.
All right.
About the owner of this kiosk.
Oh, my boss, the Lassos? He's a pretty nice merman. What you want to know?
Your boss is a merman?
Yeah. He's in the river a lot. Likes fishing.
What does he do around here?
He stocks the stall, usually really early in the morning. Beyond that, I think he just does other stuff. He owns a bunch of properties around the city, so he's usually pretty busy.
Can I speak with him?
I guess? He's not very talkative, but he usually fishes behind the kiosk in the afternoons. That's his only break from work, I think. But don't tell him I told you.
What does he pay you?
I'll get about 5 crowns an hour. That's a really good salary for someone my age.
You should be paid better for your services here.
Maybe. I've heard you're supposed to get paid more when you get older. My brother says more experience equals better salary.
Your brother is a fool. You need to rebel and fight against your oppressive exploiter.
I disagree. I don't really want to rebel.
Few do. Just remember to stand up when the time comes.
I don't really follow. But, okay?
He's trying to avoid the subject to not cause you to become more aggressive.
I've got some other things I want to ask.
Right.
Do you know a Frank, son of Frank?
No? Not really. His eyes shoot open for a split second.
He's lying.
Just look at his eyes move around like that. The kid likes money. Give him some, and he'll sing. Maybe this will refresh your memory. Slide him a crown. The kid stares at it. Really? He means, are you really giving me that much money for some silly information? Clear your throat and hand him 9 crowns. A tip. His eyes go wide. Then he gladly pockets the coins and gives you a nervous smile. Thanks. DC 0. Of course we roll a fucking 19. Yeah, I like my stats calling me out on being hostile. The power of manipulation flows through you. It's an esoteric effect, really. Because you know exactly what to tell this young lad. If there's anything else you remember, the city needs to know, kid. Glare at him. Okay. Maybe. Oh, there was one more thing. He's dragging this out, asshole. I saw some dude with a big yellow backpack. That stood out earlier in the morning, but he stood out like a sore thumb. Plus, he bought a Freestrider magazine. What did he look like? I don't know. Curly black hair, short beard,
Be firm. This is important.
Stare at him. The kid thinks about it.
The fellow wasn't Earthfolk. Fancy clothes covered in dirt. My guess would be a Reedsian merchant. Felt like he was trying to hold a low profile.
Why would you guess that? The power of manipulation. $10 whole given to a small child. Admittedly, if I were a kid this age and somebody gave me $10, I would do anything. I would tell them anything I knew.
He was 10 in March. Even the hardiest farm guilders won't look that dark till River Run. Felt like he was trying to hold a low profile.
Did you get his name?
I asked since he was so out of place, but he gave me a fake name and a thumbs up.
The kid shakes his head.
Ridiculous.
Oh, shit.
Frank, son of Frank. Guy was, fucking with me.
Interesting.
Harsh word for a child.
Straight kiosk kid swearing like a sailor.
Did you see where he went?
Yeah, down. Said he had important meeting below, whatever that means.
Freestrider magazine?
Yeah, one of those open up the port zines. Bunch of bullcrap.
The kid thinks about it.
The fellow wasn't Earthfolk.
Fancy. Oh, we did this already. Yeah, okay. Did he try to sell you anything? That is the power of manipulation.
No, he was very polite, but didn't stay long. Felt like he was trying to hold a low profile.
This is very cyclical.
Frank, son of Frank.
Thank you for the information, citizen.
No problem.
Okay. I'm absolutely gonna buy something. Should I buy To Tame a Dame? Because the cleric is incredibly gameless. I'm also very interested in Hex Weekly. Do I have enough for both? Can I check my money? Not really. I had 70, I give him 10. So I have 60. I can get both. I can also buy Shivers and Shrieks, which sounds funny. Hex Weekly. Let's start with Hex Weekly.
Great choice. Women's magazines are really popular these days, even among men.
To Tame a Dame.
Of course, here you go. Lots of men buy this one.
Citizen.
Hold on.
Yes?
N- never mind.
Okay, bye. Oh, he's gone. Time must have rolled over, yeah. Okay. Oh, Hex Weekly. Hex Weekly is one of those really old magazines that survived through the Coast War. It focuses on home, family, and lives of women, providing them with health advice and hints on how to feel good at any age. You don't get much out of it, honestly, except maybe a better understanding of the female perspective. Just looking at it makes you feel a bit emasculated. A magazine aimed at teaching men how to attract and woo women. It is very popular, partly due to the pinup artwork. You probably shouldn't take too much inspiration from it. Swamp musk to make you irresistible. Oh, very good. All right. So the Star Witness is down. But the tea shop owner is by the dock. Water lane. That's the whoop.
A broken statue of a cat. Cute.
Water lane was this way, if I remember right. Can I interact with this? It's like lit up like I can, but I can't.
Oh, the kid's on the roof now.
Yeah, let's go talk to him in a different setting. I like this kid. He also seemed like he had something more to say. But before we talk to him, we're at our midway point, and OBS is screaming at me that I need to run an ad. So, we're going to take a 3-minute ad break. Grab a drink, use the restroom, do whatever you got to do. We'll get back to talking to this little urchin boy in 3 minutes. See you soon. Whew. I hope you are all doing well. I'm committing to the agrarian party that can't win. My gut tells me to do it, literally. And you always trust your gut. Always. This game is very silly. I like it very much. Listen to my gut mouth. Yeah! This is my gut fauna. You've heard of gut flora. But are you ready for gut fauna? Oh, Myth. Are you also being struck by the nightmarish heat wave? How's it going? We talked to a little newspaper-selling urchin boy for most of the first half of this. We also got our hand crushed twice in the gears of the mill trying to get a cube. Oh, we also got a sending pebble, called everyone, and pissed all of them off. Except Viskin, who said, cool. We bought 2 magazines also, Hex Weekly and To Tame a Dame. They both seem awful. All right. We're back. We're back. Oh, right. The bar lady also said hi back, but she also ran out of words immediately. Ulziz gave us a terrible riddle and then got really pissed off at the fact that she couldn't keep herself under the word limit. It was great. I love the pebble. All right. Back to this lad. The scrawny kid sits alone on the roof of the roller mill. He jumps as he notices you approach. Hi! I'm allowed to be up here.
He's taking a stand. Proud of him.
The boy does not actually know if it's illegal to sit here. Do you? Just stare at him. He looks around.
I'm allowed to be here.
Relax. I'm just seeing what you're up to.
Oh.
His body language goes from fight or flight to, I guess I'm not going to die tonight. That was the wrong voice. His body language goes from fight or flight to, I guess I'm not going to die tonight.
I just come here sometimes, after work. To think.
Glance at Snell. He shrugs and then leans up against one of the giant chimneys. Do you like working at the kiosk?
Yeah. It's good.
He's trying not to talk to you, steering the conversation into a null. He wants to be left alone. Perhaps you should indulge him.
Do your parents know you're out this late?
He keeps looking at the horizon. No.
Boys like him should stay at home. He could be easily picked up by the wrong crowd acting like this.
Careful now. The boy just got real quiet. Uh-oh. They're not around, eh?
Mom's gone. Dad's dead.
That is awful.
A child left alone in this world, without guidance. This is the kind of boy that should be swooped up by Earth's grace.
A glance toward your companion reveals a solemn expression, gazing out over the city. Look at the horizon. He doesn't say anything. The boy just looks at the horizon. Sit down next to him.
Yes, good rotation. Parallel positioning is ideal in situations like this.
He doesn't seem to react at first. Then he says,
I don't think about it a lot. I mostly just go to school in the kiosk.
Work and study. Good. Honorable.
Keeping his mind off of things. It's understandable.
Sympathize with it. You know what to say.
Do I?
You do. You have to. Tell him.
Oh no, not that.
Sorry, but you have to. Tell him about Dad.
So, here's the thing. The boy doesn't say anything. My dad was crushed
by a troll. He looks at you with wide eyes. What? The smell was awful, loud. He told me to run, but I was very little. I just stood and watched. I remember it well. Just 30 feet down that lane.
There was a troll in Norvik?
Almost. We lived in the hills. It went on a rampage through that village.
I like that he brought his kiosk up here with him. Yes, this is the executive. He is being rowdy.
Almost. We lived in the hills. It went on a rampage through the village.
Oh.
10 men died that day. My dad was number 8 on the official list.
He stops looking at you.
It's not nice. You know, not having a dad.
Myth wishes to reward you, boy. These are from Myth. As we take a pause through this touching scene, as he reaches up his little greedy crime hands. Do you want the rest of them, you... There he goes.
So this is my emotional support kiosk.
Pardon for all crimes. You're lucky people like you.
It's not nice, you know, not having a dad.
Yeah.
I've heard it's not always great to have one, either.
Not always.
He speaks with pain. It's like... He glances across the river once more. You're not alone, Arn. It hurts differently for everyone. But you're not alone.
Yeah. Thanks, cleric. And, I mean, I'm not really alone. I got my brother.
There is hope in his eyes when he says that.
You wish you had a brother. He gets up from the roof tiles.
I should get home,
He mutters.
but, yeah. Thanks.
He gives you a nod. And then he walks away.
I don't know if that made a difference or just got him confused.
Yeah, his brother, the fascist.
But,
Good job. But, good job. I do my best, Snell. I do my best.
Yes, you do.
He shakes his head.
Yes, you do.
Let's go. Children, remember, life's most important lessons. Your brother's a fascist, be a socialist, and you are not alone. Oh, it's a stress cube, like a stress ball. Oh. Okay. It's a gelatinous cube stress ball. We've done the ladder. You are at the bottom of the ladder.
citizen.
Right, I got comprehend languages, but I didn't get speak with animals yet. Let's pray. Prepare our spells. Comprehend languages. Cure wounds. Grease. Shield of faith. Prayer of healing. Perfect. Perfect. All right. Let's find this Birdman.
Donna, the first of the river guilds.
Oh, there's money in the fountain. Nice. Top entrance to the Escani Reeds Trading Company. Attempt to sneak past it. Yeah, I figured she might be the reason. She would be the one who I would have assumed would be the person to go to. Let's just try to sneak past it. I'm sure this will work. All right, let's do this. No, I regret this. Let's not. Fine, whatever. Attempt to pet the beast. Yeah, this is the griffin that yoked me before. You go in and pet. Whoop! There we go.
A light tab.
God damn it! You hear your companion yell and rushing down to the street.
Pain. The bones in your body cracking. Hard ground merging with your flesh. But you live. Almost got it.
Gods be damned, what were you thinking? You hear Snell yell as he comes running down the street. The goblin eventually... Oh, yeah, no, we've done this one before. It's the exact same conversation as when we got Yote last time. Fine. Snell is not getting paid enough to put up with this shit. A framed article titled Octavio Dorelius, Hero of Waterlane. This rug is a fake frock fram. How very glib. Oh, can I behold you again because it's a new day?
Yeah. Is she evil? No. Perhaps an arbitrary arm of an institution, but no mere puppet.
The orc stands among fancy furniture. A crackling fireplace lights up her face as you approach.
Hot.
Welcome to the Escani Reeds Trading Company, cleric.
It is the orc lady again. Beware her manipulation.
Yes, and also tell her she looks lovely.
You look lovely to meet you again, Agent Vera.
Oh. She blinks thrice and then just nods, ignoring your flub.
Yes, of course. Same to you.
Damn it. She walks over to the desk, grabbing a piece of paper.
The warehouse, below here. It probably holds a lot of useful stuff. This wonderful freestrider lady is the one who decides who comes and goes, so talk her into letting you enter the warehouse. It seems you were correct in the end. Your diplomatic efforts ended with the dwarves not holding their little rally. So, well done.
Not the win you were hoping for, I suppose, but I did solve the problem.
Oh, don't worry. I'm not petty.
The cleric's ideal type is can kick his ass and he will say thank you. Yeah.
Her eyes say otherwise.
Of course. I'm very busy. We're currently deep in paperwork with a new partner. A lot of work. She is clearly, terribly angry at you still. Don't make this any worse, will you?
Persuade her to work with you despite your previous behavior.
You stare at her as she keeps avoiding your gaze. There's no way you're doing this right now. Although maybe, if you beg, it might actually help your chances.
Vera, please talk to me. She glances at you with a frown.
I am, cleric. But I am, like I've mentioned, quite busy.
Please.
Cleric, no.
Please.
Cleric,
She sighs.
Maybe later. I'm busy now, okay?
Okay.
Okay. Good.
She finds you disgusting. How dishonorable.
I'll spend a shard to unlock. We can beat a DC 2. Because of our groveling. Sword Between the Apps is good accessorizing. 100%. Okay. It's time to solve this. Smooth talking style.
So, like manipulation?
Something like that. Just give her a little something. Then she'll give in.
Vera.
Huh? Yes? And make it clear that it's a good deal for both parties.
The Ascani Reeds Trading Company can stand to gain a lot from my help.
Can it?
Yes, as can I from yours.
Lean in.
Well, from what I saw up there,
The deal with the dwarves worked out in my favor for a number of reasons, but for that was an entirely different deal. Right now, we can both stand to gain. She glares at you, looking you up and down.
Then her gaze softens. She sighs. It would have been so funny if that had been an Nat 1.
Perhaps there is time. I assist you, you assist me. Isn't that right?
Deal.
Deal. So what do you want, cleric?
Threat avoided.
I need access to the guild warehouse.
Of course, we could have that arranged. It would take some time, of course, security clearance and such. Unless... I suppose it could be sped up if you were willing to help me out in a matter I'm dealing with at the moment. Would you be interested?
I can hear it out.
Great.
She walks over to her drawer and pulls out several papers.
I've got a perfect task for a strong cleric like yourself.
Yeah, you are.
She stuffs the yellow documents into your hands.
AEFAs.
A what?
An Ascani Economic Free Strider Accord. We've been unable to hand them out previously due to a number of legal reasons that are being stripped away once we, if we, land in a good position of the future government. So in preparation, we're opening talks with a number of local entrepreneurs. Having these handed out by an official cleric would make the process a lot more official, however, greatly expediting the process. At least our numbers seem to indicate that folk are much more agreeable to city officials than our own staff. I'm guessing you can assume why.
Yeah, Free Striders is scary.
Horrifying, really.
She laughs. She taps the documents in your hand.
These are legal documents showing every clause in the local EFA. Very generous terms that will greatly assist the local corporations in growth, revenue, and stability. We're not all talk, you know. We do actually support local infrastructure and businesses, quite heavily. And the first step to getting those businesses is to actually join our accord.
You want me to hand out contracts?
Yes. Mostly for them to take a look at. Once we get 3 Tolstead businesses on paper, we'll have met our pre-election quota. That'll make my bosses really happy. That would make me very happy.
3 businesses, huh?
Yes. Of course, if you want to deliver them to more, just go ahead. The businesses need to be established, but not necessarily registered. If you're not sure, you can hand them out anyway. Off the top of my head, I can recommend visiting Viskin's Lich House and the Drunk Sphinx, of course. But I'm sure you can find more.
She winks.
Come back here once you've handed them out, and I'll be sure to return the favor.
About the tea shop owner.
One greasy bird, but he's good at his job. What about him?
Where can I find him?
No clue.
What do you know about him?
He's a Yobu. Speaks through those mimicry voices. We've worked with him in the past. There was some kind of conflict with the ownership of his property at one point with the HWBT. It was resolved.
Never mind. Another question.
Well then.
Any news about the tea shop? She sighs and grabs an envelope on the table.
Darrow put a stop to any official investigation. Even his guardian angel placed an arcane lock on the entryway.
Ah, you mean a tear?
Yeah, his celestial pet.
She's no pet. She's a powerful woman.
Powerful, yes. Woman, though? I think that definition might be stretched. I've had the displeasure to deal with her a few times here on Tolstead. Ever since she was handed the reins of Coin Lord Lapdog. She seems to enjoy mocking us lesser creatures, coming off almost petty. Strange behavior for such a transcendent creature.
She adjusts her posture.
Now,
she opens the envelope and reads for you.
Bystanders suffered minor injuries, no real casualties found after a quick search of the premises. The flames were put down within the hour. Eyewitnesses indicate the flames appeared alongside a loud explosion. Few unnamed people also mention that the flames were blue for a short moment. Blue flames, huh? The rest goes along with our info.
Good to have it all corroborated.
Where'd you hear all this?
She smiles.
We have our sources too, my friend.
Blue flames. You're not the first to mention that to me.
Indeed. Clearly it indicates some kind of magical origin. Sorry, I mean esoteric. Esoteric origin.
She winks. Esoterical. Give her a thumbs up. She nods. And you didn't have any of these witnesses recorded?
None, I'm afraid. We heard the Halfways had one direct witness who identifies himself. A, Frank fella. But we found nothing more on that thread.
The goblin mutters something to himself. How quick was the search afterwards?
She smirks. Apparently only 10 minutes.
Too short for a proper investigation?
What's more interesting is that the official report does not mention any lead investigator apart from Darrow himself and the militia org. So my guess is, they didn't just do anything after the militia put out all the flames and secured the structure.
That's insane. They can't just do nothing.
Clearly they can.
She does not care, but she is intrigued. Thank you for the info.
No problem. Anything else?
Tell me more about the Free Striders.
You want to know more about the Free Striders? Just in general?
Yes, please fill me up on knowledge.
Okay then. Go ahead and ask.
What is the Free Strider ideology?
Good question. You want the long answer or the short?
Long.
The Free Strider ideal is a dream of democratic rule and freedom for all. In the wake of Arkness depression, the folk of Reeds banded together and put a stop to the fighting, establishing republics along the coast and around the lake. They sought democracy, but They sought democracy, the choosing of their own fate, built upon personal liberty and freedom. I'd say that's a good summary of the Free Strider ideal.
Where does it come from?
The Free Strider movement? It originated in Old Dimenor, towards the end of the Coast War. It's said that soldiers spread the word to one another, even between opposing armies. Eventually, once the magical powers waned, the common folk managed to rebel.
Esoteric, I think you are right, Pebble. I think I'm just a lunatic, and I think that might only be local. They may call it magic elsewhere. I'm not certain.
So you could say it's all a big response to Arcanist tyranny and the oppressive force of the magocracy.
Sounds like tyranny replaced with tyranny.
No.
You're truly the heroes of the coast.
No.
Thanks for the story.
You're welcome. Free Striderism is the only way forward, obviously. Every other form of rule has led to complete chaos and or less fortunate conditions for literally everyone involved. The Reedsian dream is possible. It's coming. It's here.
I don't like the Free Striders.
Ah, well, please, do go on.
She crosses her arms and leans back.
Why don't you like the Free Striders?
The Free Striders are just lining the pockets of rich merchants. The common folk get nothing out of it.
You sound just like an Asgale.
I care for the land, the earth, the growing of crops. Sure.
I'm continuing to be agrarian.
A smile causes you to falter at the knee area.
That's all the questions I have about Free Stridering for now.
Okay. Happy to share.
What's with the thing in the fireplace?
I am not a thing.
Don't mind him. He's harmless. I don't know exactly how he came over the contract, but I believe it was a Kagameshian fellow who handed it over. Smoke method. Keeps track of unwanted visitors. So don't touch anything, Cleric, unless you like it and see it.
She smiles. Her tusks gleam. Tell me more about the griffin on the roof.
Griffin on the roof?
The orc laughs at your words.
That really sounds like a magazine tale. I swear I've heard it at some point.
I'm serious. There's a griffin upstairs.
Yes. I thought it sounded funny is all. Technically, the griffin is not allowed to use our building as a nest. However, by sheer happenstance, it has become one of the many unwritten and unofficial exceptions around here. I have simply learned to make do, as one does.
Who owns it?
One of our temporary guests. A high-ranking member of the Free Striders. Come to visit for the election, one of those types.
And it just sleeps here all day?
But now, I've heard he'll be heading out after the election. Can't wait.
Is it annoying to deal with?
Yes. Though the real answer to that involved describing griffin droppings, and I'd prefer to keep away from that.
Can I fly on it?
I'd recommend not, entirely for the sakes of your own health. Unless you got someone to fly off to.
Damn it, I don't. If I did, I'd totally try it.
Somehow, I could imagine.
That's all about the griffin.
Yes, let's leave it at that.
Vera is not happy about the situation.
You would love to have a griffin one day. You could be like the heroes of your childhood tale. Soaring through the air. Rider of the sky.
Dream on, baby, dream on.
I want to know more about you.
My favorite topic.
Your
own favorite? You're your own. You are your own favorite topic.
Yes.
She might, possibly, be acting cheeky.
It's awfully empty here. Do you have any colleagues?
Certainly. I am only second in command here on Tolstad. First is Agent Dorelius. He is currently off securing votes with the Tolstad guilds, leaving me alone here to helm the ship.
Her expression changes, hardens.
And just who is this Dorelius?
Octavio Pompus Dorelius, my wonderful superior.
Her words drip with acid. Long name. You need to compete with this guy, clearly.
Just one colleague?
No. Him and his horde of interns. Well, not a horde per se. More like 3 to 4 people in rotation. He likes them young and stupid.
What does securing... I've got a feeling you don't like this fellow.
You picked up on that, did you?
She gives you a light laugh.
He's a bit of a dick. The type to talk in circles with whatever buzzwords he's been taught to use instead of practical language. The type who, in an attempt to sound professional, ends up turning into an archdevil of the deepest hell. You can spend an hour in a meeting with him and go mad as he walks around facts and makes direct solutions in favor of whatever makes him look more superficially intelligent.
She sighs.
But if things go well after the election, he might be up for a promotion. That'd leave me as first in command.
Sounds like Tolstad would be better with you in charge.
Thank you, cleric. How kind of you to say.
The orc gives you a wry smile.
I agree.
God, she's hot. What does securing votes mean in this sense?
Can't say. Industry secrets, you know?
He winks.
She winks a lot, this one.
Be grateful to this woman. She keeps giving you hints that she's quirky. I have some other questions, not about your buddies.
Sure.
Did I mention how I really appreciate your appearance?
Yes, we are having wonderful weather today, I agree. Although it is quite difficult to see it down here on Water Lane because of the ceiling.
The weather? You attempt to woo her and she is talking about the weather? You make her uncomfortable.
Tell her. Tell her what you think. What you believe. Hit her with the perfect line.
You've got this. The perfect line is at the tip of your...
tongue?
Not yet. Gotta swoon her first.
What?
What? Oh shit, she's looking at you. Quick, stall.
But what about the perfect line?
You've got nothing, kid. Now say something.
The orc gives you a polite smile. Starts shaking.
Cleric, did you have any questions? Or...
Don't lose it. Be cool.
A date!
The orc crosses her arms and lifts her chin.
This, date. Could you explain to me what exactly your plans contain?
No, I've never been on a date.
Oh.
Her mouth sound hurts.
Don't say that. That's the exact opposite thing she likes.
Well, perhaps we can look into that at a later date. Later time, then, cleric. If that's, okay with you.
Just nod, pathetically. She puts on a fake smile.
So, I do have some work to do if you haven't got any more questions. Hey, can I have that spell scroll over there? Point towards the desk. Oh, that? That's just a little something left behind by my superior during his latest visit. Don't touch it, please. So bitchless and rizless that it physically hurt me for 7 HP. I'm going to die of literal embarrassment. I want to know more about you. That's good. Good. Neat. Neat? Neat. Neat. What exactly do you do for the Ascani Reeds Trading Company? I make sure the, my max HP is over here on the, oh, it's right below my thing, 25. I've got 25 HP. I'm at 6. I make sure the flow of goods remains efficient and uninterrupted by local shenanigans. I also represent the organization as a member in the Free Strata Party as well, which makes it a lot more interesting. Yeah, 7's a good chunk. What is your favorite color? Red. Like blood. She gives you a sinister smile. She's very charming.
Gods, this woman will be the end of you.
What's your mother's maiden name? Why do you ask? I read in a book once that it's a good question to break the ice. You read? She's mocking you. But there's no need to break the ice. We're already talking, cleric. I did not know my mother. I was born into a Feltire JT, a journeyman tribe where the children are raised collectively. We made shizzes. That's my special blood talent. My, fate, as it were. I didn't like it in the factory, so I left to Blood City Bay. I joined a war band. Few, actually. Learned to be smart. Eventually, we ended up in Reeds, where my true talents were recognized. Scissors?
Whoa. Hold on a second.
What?
Scissors?
Oh, I apologize. I should clarify. Veroxeg. Veroxeg. Gifted by blood. Each orcish clan was given a specialty by the Queen Mother. My clan's gift was a magical affinity for making amazing scissors.
Every factory in Feltire was human-run during the Arcane Era. The orcs were under terrible oppression.
That's cool? No, it is not. Anyway, the revolution was already strong when I joined. So once I'd realized I'd missed all the real action, I ended up taking a job to spread the word. I spent a season in Vorganay at first, but I never clicked with the locals. So Norvik it was. And now I'm here. She bows her head in a formal fashion. Anything else you wanted to ask?
How strong are you?
Strong enough. She smirks.
Whom do you wear?
Oh, this old rag? This outfit is in Nayar import, originally designed by Fruck Fram, I hear. Fruck Fram, famous textile industrialist and magical carpet extraordinaire, got really famous during the Arcane Era. Although these are obviously just factory knockoffs. Reliable, though.
All right, no more personal questions.
Good thing. And what about you? You holding up all right?
No. Looks sad.
Oh, sad to hear.
Hey, can I have that spell scroll?
Oh, big sword. I want to talk to the smoke method.
A guy. He keeps shuffling about. You look into the flames of the fireplace. A hissing voice calls out to you.
Didn't your mother ever tell you? It's rude to stare.
Huh? Squat down and look closer.
Your eyes adjust to the brightness of the fire. A figure lies on the lit timber.
like a puff of smoke materialized into a solid chunk. It's a little smoke guy. They appear at times. This one appears to be quite heat-related. Keep staring. The creature lets out a groan and rolls around on the fireplace.
I'm Genital. Terrible to meet you.
Lovely to meet you as well. I am...
Don't care.
It interrupts you. It looks back and forth between you and Snell.
I'm in charge here, so don't do anything nasty, or I'll report you to the Tusk Lady.
Tusk Lady. Amazing. Your goblin companion squints into the fire. Then he whispers to you, I hate these things. So, keep staring. Closer. It stares back for a moment. Then it blows a puff of ashy smoke into your face.
What the hell?
Don't stare.
So you're like a guardian to this place, or what?
Something like that. I'm only obliged to attack you if you actually steal something.
Oh, really?
Test the little guy.
You should push. I'll keep that in mind.
Yeah, you better.
Is there something I can do to get you to look the other way?
I'm bound here, you know. Only higher orders would allow me to look the other way.
I am taller than you, so... Its size. A puff of smoke wisps into the air.
If you were an elemental lord or something, that'd change things. But you're not, so...
But you could become...
Prove that you are a worthy elemental lord by sticking your hand into the fire. After I heal first. Oh!
Shield. Your skin is a shield.
Good point. Take off your right glove.
Huh?
With a shaky hand, you reach forth into the flame.
Oh, God! That was so much damage! Scream and reach back. Ah!
The intense pain of searing flames makes it impossible to hold into the fire. You see the smoke creature cackling, wildly rolling around on the timber.
Holy hells! Aren't you just absolutely insane? What did you think was gonna happen, idiot?
Grit your teeth.
You're hilarious!
I give up.
Figured.
Okay, that's it for now. Bye, spirit. Ow! A mirror with something behind it? You approach the mirror, realizing that Vera is watching you quite closely.
Better take a quick glance. But taking a quick glance, you do see there is surely a hidden safe behind this mirror.
Interesting. I'll have to come back when Vera isn't around. An incredible sword hangs upon the wall. A coastal hemisphere. You approach the half-sphere. The 8 bands. You see Divinitorum, Ascan, Reeds, and Vorgane.
The upper bands. those filled with the forces of good, justice, and the Norvikian way.
Fun fact, fire hurts over twice as much as fumbling a baddie. But God, that fire hurts so much. Look at Divinitorum. Divinitorum, a pointy coastline centered around a mountainous region at its center, marked as Peak of the Gods. Unnatural formations and shapes litter the landscape around it. Further inland, you see a vast flat plain divided into perfect squares, some with moat-like rivers surrounding them. A name spans this area. It says Golden Horde. I am absolutely going to die at one point in this game by fumbling a baddie. I am calling it now. Various city-states are placed along the mountains of the coast. Towns and roads are marked out across the plains.
Where the gods once entered your...
Look at Ascan. Ascan, you see the burned coast to the east with the Ilium forest covering the borders with reeds. To the west are all the hills and mountains of Fordnip and Vizca. It says in big bold letters, Norvik, at the heart of the river that cuts through the middle of the band.
A great city with great lettering.
While this is your home, you've only ever left the confines of Norvik once, and only to a neighboring river town.
Remember that long trip? Terrible.
You were born in Norvik, and you will die in Norvik. Your stomach grumbles, yet you do not know why.
Look at reeds. Reeds, a vast temperate band. The coastline is bent into a large half-lake. Many city-states litter the landscape.
Those who were not destroyed entirely during the Coast War.
You see the Ilium Forest to the west, several marked-out areas on the map designated Cursed Ground. I'm wondering if you actually can die to conversation damage. I bet. I fully bet. You could in Disco-Elysium. You could die by sitting in an uncomfortable chair. So I would not be surprised if you can die during social combat in this one, too. Look at Vorgone. Vorgone, a great highland, strangely shaped lakes, special markings designating gravity masses, floating spheres of farmland that are logically difficult to map out. Oh, that's cool. The only real cities are placed along the coast. A line is marked out halfway towards the waist. It says Frontier Gap. Spin it around. You do so, revealing the other 4 bands, those furthest away from your home band.
You see Heiji, Kargamesh, Beltire, and Im.
The lower bands, they are all wrought in madness and evil.
You've never actually seen these bands, so who knows what they're like.
Look at Heiji. Heiji, a grand jungle with a handful of mountain ranges, splitting the band into a spiral.
It looks like a maw.
Several parts of this map are drawn very abstractly. One of the few points actually marked out is Lake Kuja, near the border to Vorgone. Look at Kargamesh. Kargamesh, 2 vast deserts with pockets of magical green across. The rocky savanna of the west and the far-reaching dunes of the east. Divided by the vast river ravine, the Bay of Four, at the peak of which lies the legendary city of Ukul. It is also marked by vast symbols for other undercoast ravines, which connect with the various cities.
You have read many a tale set in this wondrous land. The Sand of the Orient and Emerald Serpents.
Stories about men striving to conquer the foreign hordes in their lands. Glorious.
You always remember them more as being about connection with the foreign. How we can all learn from those who are different.
All that fighting against elemental evils surely went against that message.
Perhaps so. Look at Feltire. Feltire, red and white plains with great forests to the east and deserts to the west. A wonderful feature of the map, you can actually make out the corpse of Gorgonian as he lay upon the Blood City Bay.
Such a place of devilry. You need not even think about such a place.
Look at Im. Im, the walled band. Large portions of the map are blank. These are marked out as Igeria's inner wall. You know very little of this land. Look at yours sea, the top half of the hemisphere. Yours sea, the blue top half of the hemisphere. Above the strip of land, you see 1,000 little islands and islets marked out, along with common trade routes. But the further up you go, the fewer markings upon the blue. At the top it says, yours point. Beyond that, off the coast of Heiji, you see Salto de Sapo Alegre, and below reeds you see the text, Middle Edge. Why is it a hemisphere again? It is not always depicted this way. If you look across the room, you can see a full globe version as well. However, the scholarly modern depicting of the world is indeed a hemisphere purely for practical reasons. Travel across the deeper parts of yours sea can be done via arcs across the ocean, while travel across land, of the sort that in any way approaches the endless wastes, will likely result in getting lost in long marches. This is quite easy to understand. Spin it back. As you do, you see the 4 bands closest to you. Emotionally, at least. That's all for now. Oop. Oh, I can check Snell again. No, that doesn't do any better. I've learned nothing new. These stairs go down to the docks. The door there leads to the warehouse. Only 3 striders and guild workers are allowed in. Can I just sneak? This seems to lead to the warehouse. I'm not getting in through here. Fine! This probably just takes me to that upper door. Yeah. Okay. No one can dismiss the dwarves' architectural genius. Excluding the anti-magic messaging, freestriderism comes with great branding. Office of Snur Appledant, PN. Alright, I should tell Snell to go. You approach your companion. Waterland sure is a crazy place. Yeah. Your companion glances up into the rocky ceiling covered in dwarven artwork. One of the great crafted wonders of the world. Also a hive of scummy capitalism, so enjoy that. Do you want to sleep in the guard tower with me? I'm good.
He means it. He's truly good aligned.
Such a goody Gold Grove. Goody Gold Grove, a classic Dimenorian fairy tale about a boy who was so good he exploded, literally. And that's only slightly paraphrased. Is it because the guard tower is nasty, or because you don't want to have a slumber party with me? He thinks about it for a second. Then he says, 20% number 1, 80% number 2. I see. But don't worry. I'm sure you'll enjoy that tower, as long as she isn't there. Do you have something against my celestial roommate? First of all, that is a very funny sentence. Secondly, no, I don't. Just be careful, is all I'm saying. Don't want someone, powerful, like her, on your bad side. It's late. You can head off if you want to. Snell looks at you with tired, almost delirious eyes. So good, he literally exploded. Sounds like the funniest fairy tale. Yeah, I desperately want to read Goody Goldgrove now.
And leave you here by yourself?
He also looks around.
You're gonna go to sleep, right? Because I sure hope you're not going off on some adventure by yourself.
Yes, no, I am going to bed. He sighs.
Fine, I'm tired, I'm going home. See you tomorrow, cleric.
You now stand alone.
All right, I'm gonna try to head back to the guard tower. And then I think we're gonna call it for the day. So it is that time. Actually, I'm just gonna save. We'll start with our nap next time. That is what I said last time. You're right. Thank you all for coming. Oh, we did get distracted by a bunch of dancing gnomes that did prevent us from sleeping. Or not gnomes. I forget what they were called. The little, like, pinecone dudes. But yeah. Thank you guys so much for coming. I appreciate it always. Yeah. I danced the night away and then fell down a pipe into the river. I'm hoping we can avoid that this night. No promises, but I'm hoping we can avoid it this night. But yeah, we will be returning to this tomorrow. Same time, same place. Hope to see you there. And thanks again for coming, everybody. I really appreciate it. And I will talk to y'all next time. Have a lovely rest of your Wednesday evening, everybody. Goodbye. Hey, if you stuck around to the end of the video, I just wanted to say thank you, and I hope that you enjoyed. If you want to help support me in making more of this, you can follow me on Twitch, where I stream these live. Like, comment, and subscribe. I suspect you all know how this works by now, but it really does help a lot. Thanks.